Let me just check my mic level here. Chances are I need to fix it around a little bit. Noob. Where do I do that? Hang on. Well, damn. Gonna have to do it over here, aren't I? Well, let's get it over with. Where the hell? Alright. I think we should... Okay. I'm gonna have to speak louder if the music starts kicking up. Let's refresh this. I will be avoiding to take any screenshots during this playthrough, as it has a tendency to interrupt not only the flow of the game, but everything else in general. I think we're okay to go. So you guys can see, with the new patch, we got New Game Plus. And like it says there, it allows you to carry over certain data, but we'll see. Jesus Christ, people popped in. Okay, hi! I guess. Slightly awkwardly. I'm gonna start on normal. Normal and easy aren't very different from one another in the way that normal means you have to rely on your items to stay alive, as in elixirs, phoenix downs, etc. However, with easy, there's no change in the levels or the HP of your enemies. It just actually automatically revives Noctis if he's at a risk of dying. But I'll go with normal for now and see where it takes me. Actually, for story's sake, I think I can skip the combat system. I'll see if I can just focus on the story. See how it goes. I'll see if I can pay attention to chat if there's any questions that might arise as well. This is just a brief introduction room, welcoming our friend Carbuncle. Saw him during the Platinum demo last. Hey there, Noct. So good to see you again. You remember my name, right? You gave it to me after all. Cactuar emoji? Okay. This here's the old training room in the world of your dreams. I'm gonna teach you the ins and outs of this world to help you along your journey. Now I have the game set to Japanese. I prefer it in Japanese because some of the wordings are better structured in Japanese than they are in English. Take a closer look at the paintings on the walls to learn about the lore of Eos. I will, thank you. There's nothing on the walls. Hi, Carbuncle. God, where was I? I lost my train of thought real quick. Well, I think we can start here. The land of Eos 1. Our story takes place in the lands of Eos. At present, the world is divided between two warring states. Controlling the majority of the world's lands is the militarily mighty Niflheim, an aggressively expanding imperial war machine. The kingdom of Lucius continues to resist the Empire's advance with magic. The crown city of Insomnia stands proud as the kingdom's last bastion, but the Empire has already made inroads on the outlying territories, including the primary regions of Lade, Duskay, and Clade. That's how I'm going to pronounce them for simplicity's sake. Give me a moment. Let's keep going here. Old tales tell of 6 gods who have stood watch over Eos since antiquity. It is said they now slumber, conserving their strength and waiting to awaken upon the coming of a plague known as the Star Scourge. She, most pure of faith, is the Oracle, a daughter in the line of those said to commune with the 6. Blessed by the astral gods, she calls forth the power of Eos to heal those who are suffering and afflicted. Her devotion to helping all those in need has inspired reverence for her among people from all over the world. Getting somewhere. This is just laying out the basics. The crystal is the divine cornerstone of the kingdom of Lucius. The stone has a will of its own and channels a sacred power through the ring of the Lucii to the monarch who bears it. Monarchs in the line of the Lucius have the innate ability to conjure magical weapons. A handful of those close attendants are also afforded access to this self-same power. The magical barrier known as the Wall has long kept the Empire at bay and thereby maintained the peace, yet not entirely without struggle. Sustaining the Wall imposes an immense physical burden upon the king, but to let it fall for even a moment would be to invite total annihilation. I'm gonna try not to fumble over my words. Eos is plagued by hordes of demons, vicious nocturnal creatures of various forms that strike fear into the hearts of even the most seasoned hunters. Demons are denizens of the night, and the more predatory among them are drawn to the roads after dark. People now dread the setting of the sun for fear of what monsters might be lurking in the shadows. In recent years, the demons have grown in numbers, while the nights have grown longer. The correlation between the two phenomena is yet unproven, but scientists persist in their search for a link. And I don't feel the need to go over the combat system. It'll show itself naturally. Carbuncle. The targeting is a little bit finicky. Yes. I will begin the game from here, actually. This is just to provide you with information on the background. In case you haven't... Well, I mean, they don't explain it properly in Kingsglaive at all. I know. When you're in trouble, I'll fly to your side. Take care now, and safe travels. No, I've decided to go with Japanese because some of the wordings fit the storyline better, and I will mention this as we draw closer on the ending, on some of the phrases that they say, because I may have only studied a year of Japanese back in 2010 for like 2 university courses or something, but the thing with that was that even in such a short time where I can barely speak the language, I can kind of understand it hearing it. I can kind of draw certain correlations depending on what their main verbs or main adjectives are saying. I find it funny that they kind of drop you in here, because this is not this. But that right there. Looks like I'm not getting sick. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I appreciate you dropping in. It's gonna take a long while before we see that scene again.
旅の皇帝と日取り割りを生じた。ノクティス王子の出発を認める。
ありがとうございます、陛下。
旅の無事を祈る。下がってよい。
はい。おっと。まあ王子なんだろうけどさ、予想はしていたが。
ビシッとしろよ、ああいう時くらい。
ノクティス王子。
I forgot you see him here. Jodis. You motherfucking piece of shit.
大事な友人たちに迷惑をかけないように。
そんなことわざわざ。
Oh my god.
頼りない息子だが、どうかよろしく頼む。
お任せください。
必ず無事に王子オルティシエまでお連れします。
僕もです。行くぞ。コール
There's
が
a
車で待ってん
reason
だ
why I'm
ろ。
replaying this.
ドラット、よろしくな。
くれぐれも未来の奥方へ失礼のないようにな。
どうぞそちらもニフルハイム帝国様に失礼のないようにな。
心配などいるものか。
お互い様。
いいか、途中で投げ出すことは許されない。
投げ出すかよ。
すぐに帰れないことだけは覚悟しておきなさい。
んな簡単に帰らないし、ご安心を。
気をつけていくんだぞ。
Oh,
ル
this
シス王
tears my
家の
heart
人間
apart.
として、このレギスの息子として、常に胸を張れ。
Alright, now I don't know if this song will play properly. It didn't do it for the ending when I recorded that last time. Chances are it won't show. But, I'll just mute my microphone in order to see if it actually shows, because I have my computer set up.
ダメだ。こいつが外の厳しさが。
仕方ないさ。
さて、また押してくしかねえな。
はあ、俺も喉乾いて死にそう。
おい、起きろ。俺、働き。
スカ、車って乗るもんだよね。
乗るもんだろ。
いいから準備。行くぞ。
はい。
せーの。
ほんとないわ。
ないよな。ノクティス王子。
調子に乗りすぎたな。
しょうがないでしょ。
なんとも幸先の悪い。
グラディオ頼む。
なんだ。
一人で押してくれ。
バカ言ってんじゃねえ。
でも俺ら手離しても買わないでしょ。
プロンプター話してねえだろうな。
Gotta love the fact that they've cut the song out
無
here
駄に
too.
話していると疲れるぞ。
Probably for copyright reasons, but until I get an HPVR, that's gonna be
ノクト、
have
次
to
俺で
remain
し
cut
ょ。
out.
だそうだ。
あー、手痛い。
おい、手抜くなよ。
はいはいはい。電話は
やはり話中だ。
っていうかさ、おかしくない？ハンマーヘッドもっと近いでしょ。
さっきの地図の通りだが、
すげえ近所だったよな。なあ、かなりね。
世界地図で見りゃな。
Shed a tear just as long as you stand by me. Trying to keep this car straight while I turn.
世界広いわ。
実感できるな。
この実感嫌でしょ。
お前ら押してるか？
押してるよ。
押してる。もう近いはず。
Really, cutting out the fucking theme song. That's so sad. Might just have to see if I can get a hold of the VOD later and clip it in. Oh well. For now, we are songless. Unless you count my humming for that. God, the car is filthy. You barely got out of insomnia.
おい、待ってたよ。どれが王子？
He's on the other side of the car.
はじめまして、王子。結婚おめでとう。
いや、まだだから。
君がルナ・フレーナ様の結婚相手か。
遅くなって申し訳ない。
あっちでじいじが待ちくたびれてるよ。
あんたは？
シドニー、シドソフィアの孫娘。ここの整備士。
さっさと運ばせろ。親父は大事に使えって言わなかったのか。そいつは繊細なんだぞ。
How did they break this car anyway? It's the most resilient car I've ever been a
ノクテ
part
ィ
of.
ス王子か。
お、まあ。
親父の威厳はそっくり拭き取ったような顔だな。
はい
ろいろ書いた大事な旅なんだろう。もっと締まった顔できねえもんかね。こいつはすぐにはできねえぞ。中に運んだら適当に遊んでな。
じゃあ、この子中に入れようか。こっちだよ。
しばらくここに滞在か。
どんくらいかかるんだろ ま、のんびり行こうぜ。
Alright. Oh, they even closed the garage during this. I didn't notice. Alright. Let me check with Cindy here.
この辺りは初めてだよね。地図あげるからいろいろ見ておいで。
Oh yay. Real map. We'll access that right now.
自由
Ooh, all these things that we can't explore anywhere near in the future. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to make do with Lade. This is where we're aiming to go later.
Hold on.
Let's have a look.
いらっしゃいませ。
Oh, yeah. Oops. I forgot. He brought pretty much just the clothes on his back. Ah, shit.
ちょっといいか。整備費用の支払いでもう金がない。シドニーに相談しようと思う。
God damn it, Iggy.
まさかの一文なしか。
Broken down a flat
そ
broke.
うなる。
Adding insult to injury.
だがよ、整備代にしちゃ高すぎねえか。
あのじいさん。
あれ？まだ整備中だよ。どうしたの？
I don't need a discount. Do I need a loan? I'll just ask my friends, I guess, because they seem to have a more clear idea of... I don't want to get a loan.
なるほど。じいじだね。外の厳しさを教えるってこれか。君たちに野球
Strip me of all my
稼
money?
がせろってさっきじいじが依頼を取ってきたの。じゃあバイト代ですから頑張ってみる。場所はこの辺だよ。
Yep.
期待されてんな。いいとこ見せようぜ、王子。
Well, let's see what we can do about this. 10 AP. I don't even know how much I get for the other ones. Oh well, who cares? I don't need to go into this right now.
夜行っちゃダメだよ。死骸が出て危ないから。じいじには内緒。これ前金ね。それだけあれば泊まれるでしょ。
Speaking of that. Oh, dear goodness. Tutorials galore. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Press time in time. And finesse. I'm more likely to get AP from that. Let's be honest, I'm terrible at getting finesse because I tend to use the same moves over and over again. Alright. I'll give you those 50 gil. Of course there's a city car in the garage. Alright, so what we want to do as soon as we hit a new outpost is talk to him. There should be a few things I can do early on. I don't need to eat though. I'll wait with eating till later. Adding hunts. That'll be fun. We gotta start somewhere. Now, what I'll be trying to do is avoid resting as much as early on in the game as possible. So I'll just head over here. As long as it's not in the area that I think it is. Which it isn't. Oops. I let my stamina run out. It's like I'm a noob again. I'm used to having a very, very slow draining stamina bar. But you can infini sprint by keeping it down and holding it as long as you can, and then tapping sprint again in order to extend it. Threat meter, don't care. Don't care either. Land 5 attacks. I've landed 5 attacks. Thank you. Alright. My way of fighting is actually very straightforward. I also apologize in advance if my controller audio gets too really. Really? I know, I have anti-stasis, thank you. Obvious point. No, I don't need to do that. I wanted to hit him. Do this, replenish, go back up. Alright. Now, I tend to be more of a team player, so I don't like developing most of my party members. They're kind of going on autopilot, but you can set their techs differently, you can set their weapons differently, accessorize them appropriately to depending on what situation you're in. I know in my normal playthrough file, I'm currently missing a 4th ribbon, meaning that Prompto especially is the one that'll have to be juggling different accessories in order to deal with status ailments. Well, that was our first hunt. I figured we're early on in the game. We're a little bit strapped for cash as it is right now. So well, going for hunts is a good way to level up. And
Prompto. 買い物を手伝ってくれないか?
God damn it, Prompto, you're too cute. No, I think it's a good way to do this, because what I need to do here is I need to avoid resting as much as possible. But eventually there will be a time when there are certain cutscenes depending on what outposts or what camps I'm at, meaning I want to initiate those. And I know, for example, that there's one pretty close to where we are currently. And I think I can even go so far as to go get it right now. I know there's another one that I can go get later, as soon as we get the car back, really. Let me see how far down this is. It's not far at all from where we are currently. And because we haven't... We're still in Raid. We haven't really been... We don't have the entire world as our oyster right now, meaning that we can't make it very far on foot. Defend against the attack? Well, if he would attack, that would be... That? Well, I don't want to kill him if that's going to be the case. Damn, they give you 9 minutes for this? Alright, good. Now I can kill them without actually having to care. I want to make sure I can get as much AP early on as possible, because I've hit a stage in my normal playthrough file where grind is a little bit obnoxious. I know. But I want to hit these guys up, and they're not that far from here. What's going on here? Telegraph pole. Telegraph pole. I was thinking those would be...
大事の相手がそんなんじゃねえといいな。
Oh, really? No. Alright, let's see here. Mesmeniers are usually very easy to deal with. The horse type enemies are... Horse and deer type enemies are usually very unique to deal with. Land of Warp Strike, except I just did. These are higher levels, meaning I need to be very careful. I also need to make sure that I use my skills. Not as often as I can, but as consistently as it'll let me. And depending on what skill it is, I want to try to aim them into the group of mobs. Flash damage is a huge help. Jeez, I am not used to feeling weak. Oops, sorry. Oh hey, I gotta... Well, I somehow managed to not get my ass handed to me here. Ignis's mark ability is actually really handy if you have strong weapon equipped, because Marcus will automatically port to the mobs that deliver a certain amount of attack. Now, Iggy's low, but I think I can afford to leave him down low. If something will happen, we'll handle it. I don't want you to be down on the ground. I keep always attacking one time too many. Prompto's Piercer is unfortunately not quite useful right now. Because he is among the weakest of characters with his gun. Really? Oh, I was expecting that to happen there, because no matter what I did, I was hit. Thanks. Alright, let's see his Piercer, because I need to focus on this much. Not the world's best. Wow, okay. That was not a point warp to the point I wanted to go to. Long guys. Divide and conquer. We need to focus on one of them. Nope. Why did it not defend? I was defending a good timing. Oh, let me just scoot out. See if someone will get me. Thanks. Guys, sweetheart. Also, when you have that little shield marker next to the name, it just indicates that you've broken through their defenses, meaning you can deal a little bit more damage to them. More than you usually could. Alright. I'm playing poorly right now. But I'm also not used to being so low level anymore. I'm used to being able to wreck things easily. We got a golden one here. I don't need this. This still can give me an advantage. Oh, Prompto, you're a little bit far away and I'm in the middle of something right here now. Alright. Prompto. There we go. Benefit of having party members be able to heal you means that if they go down, you can heal them in return as well. And this seems to be a habit for little Prompto. Oh, well, fuck. Stop getting him ahead of me. I was on my way over there. Well, there's only 3 of them left. I'm not gonna get any bonus for time, really. But I don't really care either. Also, if you focus on certain parts of Prompto, if you focus on certain parts of the mob, you notice right there, I'm trying to target the head, not letting the head target it. You can actually break appendages off your body. In this case, I think you can break the horn on this one. But don't quote me on that. I tend to, unless it's an item drop that I need from the mob, I won't really care to break appendages either. Or unless I get a bonus for it. If I don't get a bonus for it, then screw it. Why should I be working harder? I should probably just do Mark from here on. Got it. Just a little bit on the flow end. Oh, 1 left. Well, Mark it is. We'll do that. Yeah, he's orange now. Sweet. Blindside lead. You are not getting away from me. Alright. I think I might actually have to take it easy after this hunt here. No, I saw there was a glimmer around here. Let's pick it up. Sharp bone. Now, most drops and treasures that you find on the ground, you can sell them. But there are also some of those items that you'll find later on in the game that if you sell them, there's not a second chance of getting another one, meaning you will be screwed. I did one of those to... I did that once to a particular upgradable weapon that you can find in the game. And I screwed myself out of it, and I was super sad. Because I honestly thought that whatever I'd gotten and picked up could be sold for a lot of gil. Oh, this sleepy prince of ours, I'll tell you what. Figure I might as well finish this up. Is there anything else special I need to know? Game about fighting that I don't already know? From some enemies you can pick up like that ice energy that we're currently picking up right now. It's just for your elemency. You will notice that there are elemency deposits that you can hit later, and I should prefer to get most of my magic from there, but stocking up early on is actually really nice. Did I get bonus? Rip cable. My bad.
ハンマーヘッドで整備が終わったらガーディナと船場に向かう。
ガーディナからは船だぜ。で、着いた先で王子の結婚式だ。
Let me take a look here. I think I equipped the one with time. Yeah, time. And I did good there. So I got 2 AP, I think it was. Gonna want to head back here soon because it's sun's starting to set. It doesn't look like it's setting from the way it's positioned in the sky, but if you look to the minimap on the right there, you'll see that there's slightly setting sun over where the time is. And set set, we're gonna want to be out of here. We're gonna want to be somewhere safe. Now the question is if I should get the camp outside or if I should see about another spot. Because I think... Oh, there's one more? Okay. These beginner ones are very easy. As you can see, the Mesmeriers were significantly harder. Oh. That would be the car being done, I think.
What? Ah, 今終わった。
よかった。悪いんだけどさ、ついでに人探しも頼めない？デイブってハンターが連絡取れなくなっちゃって、その辺の小屋にいるはずなんだよね。
この辺の小屋。ああ、
Yep.
わかった。
Alright. She'll drag you around. I forgot about this. This is what happens when you go far enough into a game that you forget the beginning of it.
行方不明なのか？
いや、すぐ近くの小屋にいるらしい。
Yeah. And if memory serves me correctly, he's not actually in this one. He's in another shed. Yeah. Signs that he was here? Let's see. Mutant dual horn sighting, codename Bloodhorn. Red tusks, extremely violent. Outstanding bounty on saber tusks in the area. Oh, these guys again. These are easy. I say that now, but there's a version of these monsters that are significantly harder later on in the game. I think. I vividly recall them. Also, parrying is incredibly handy. Try to shield when the marker pops up and just hit circle when it's time to actually deliver the counter. Well, I would see it if you just let me out first. Yeah, there's a smaller shack on this side. Actually, now while I'm here, because these guys they have different characteristics to them. Yeah. So Noctis, he likes fishing. Gladio likes picking up trash off of the ground and turning them into valuables. No, he doesn't turn them into anything. He picks up really valuable stuff off the ground. Ignis likes cooking, and Prompto likes taking photos. And if I remember correctly, around this shed, I will work, thank you. Around this area, there's a recipe that you can pick up for his cookbook. I know. Wow. It's still easy, but there's so many of them. They have a tendency to swarm. I was gonna say, there's a car passing by, like, okay. I am really bad at mashing buttons. It kind of stresses me out. In certain cases I will do it if it's really, like, urgent and I need to survive. But mostly I'll just kind of take it easy because my fingers are not nice. Hey, Dave.
あんた、ハンターのデイブか。探したぜ。おい、大丈夫か。
俺を探しに来たのか。ちょっと足をくじいてしまってね。なあ、近くに様子のおかしい野獣がいるんだ。ほとんど倒したんだが、まだ一匹残ってる。
That didn't look like a sprained ankle to me,
ここで仕留めてしまう
if you're asking me.
君はハンターではなさそうだが頼めるか
We'll be, you know what? I'm a nice person, so I'll do it for free.
エイザ俺たちに任せとけ
I don't remember what all
じゃあ安い
the
場所を詳しく教え
influences of the choice are. I know certain spots later on in the game where you need to do certain
気合い入
choices.
れて臨もうぜ
Yeah, for this I got experience. I'm reckoning that asking for a price would just give you more gil, and asking your friends would earn you AP. I'm reckoning. Now, if we look here, yeah, this. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, It's not very late here, but I'm a little bit tired.
一旦休憩して体勢を整えよ
Yeah, but I don't want to. No, I'm good.
うそうかお前がそう言うならいいが
You had a flashlight automatically light up. How do you feel about that? Well, I might actually have to pull out my papers here because I do not offhand remember where this particular recipe is. I know it's out here. That's about it. I have a list of fishes. That's currently relevant to the topic. Also horrendously irrelevant to the topic. Where the hell are they? Are they in this bundle? If they are, I'll be sad. They are. Of course they are. Why make anything easy on me? Alright, so let me just have a look here. I'll try to... I can't memorize all these locations. That's a little bit hard to do. But I'll try to make sure... Oh... I might not be able to get it right now, but I'll take a look back in there, see if I can. Because it is what it is, really. Doesn't look like there's anything here. No. Chances are we'll just have to wait. That's okay. We'll make our way over. This is gonna be my my nighttime demonstration. Game has a tendency to be very nasty during nights, as in the tutorial mentioned. Demons come out, and they are separate from the varmints that they mentioned before, because the varmints can just be local beasts and flora and fauna, really. Let's pick these up while I'm here. These will be helpful for when you're starting to cook things. During camps, I'll just demonstrate that later. No, the game has a tendency to get really nasty during nights, and if you're unprepared, it will catch you off guard, because there are instances where you can get like really easy mobs, like level 7 mobs, like small goblins. That's okay. But every once in a while, you'll run into the giant type of monsters.
ある方
デイブの言う通り変種のようだな放っておくわけにはいかなそうだ
I can't see it right now. There we go. It's a little bit dark, but we should be able to take it down regardless of time.
奴はだいぶ気性が荒そうだ
そうなんかぼんやりしてない来るぞうわあおおやったすっげえ
さすが
まだだえうわ
This seems like an There's something oozing off him. I've been keeping a track on that for a while. Since he's a dual burn. Yeah, this is effective. And because broadsword can... Oh, Nelly. Maybe not. Well, AP, here I go. Bonus AP is really helpful. It also indicates that I used Tempest way earlier than the game indicated me to do. This guy isn't particularly hard. Ooh, I broke his horns too. Laying there on the ground. That's pretty sweet. No, he's not hard. He's a level 2 thing, but I already beat the 5 Mesmeniers. Are you kidding me? Let's finish this, shall we? And we're good. Oh, you cut off the funny dialogue. That's sad.
見つけてくれてありがとう。レイブとも連絡取れたよ。
あ、
お疲れ様。こっちの整備ももう終わったよ。あ、そうだ。せっかくだからこの子カスタマイズしてみない？
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. I'll take a look at it.
じゃあそれで。
工場まで戻っておいで。
わかった。
Nope. We're gonna have to make our way back there. I think there are some harvest points in this area. Yeah, there's one right over there. But there's also one over here. See about tapping into that one. I think I'm heading towards it? Yeah.
俺自信なくしたよね。
俺同じことやる自信あるわ。
なら引き受けよう。
頼むぜ。俺も運転席は窮屈でな。
This is just a shoddy way of having the devs be like, okay, you know what? I can't deal with them hopping around in their seats like they do in the Brotherhood anime that they did. Because in the anime, they actually demonstrate that, you know, for example, Prompto takes the wheel for a while as well. And I don't think you see Galati on the driver's seat, but I might be wrong on that account. All I know is that they sit in those specific seats because it's easy, according to them. Alright. Some silver dust. Am I supposed to? Yeah, okay. I know the marker's right over there, but it doesn't... Marker doesn't actually tell me the route. It tells me the closest way to get there, which can sometimes be incredibly vague. That would be roughly around the shed we were at before, I think. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Now, I'm not used to having the stamina bar drain so quickly, so it's a bit of a practice session to keep the infinity sprint going.
大丈夫？少し休んだら？
別に。
ほら、休もう休もう。
Oops. God damn it, Prompto, you made me fuck up that one. Alright. In terms of difficulty, the game isn't particularly
シー
hard.
ドに待ってるかな。レガリアもそろそろ整備が終わっなんだ。
Oh boy. Hi, Birdie.
うわ、やっば。でっか。あれ生き物？
こんなのがいるんだな。
Yeah.
規模が違う。
すっげえ。
Yeah. And if we watch him, we'll see he'll fly off down to Longwith rest area, and maybe somewhere further down, maybe to Golden Key. Alright, well, we're pretty close. And we got two. Lovely. I won't be taking these on. Nope. They're level 30. The bigger the surface area or roads you're on during night, the bigger their demons there will be. If I was heading out into a smaller area, I might be getting goblins, which is doable. Tedious, but doable currently. But right now, yeah. I'm thinking of... because there are two camps right now. I'm not heading into this caravan. Even though it will give me an experience bonus. There are a couple of tours I can do currently. And essentially, the first one is at this camp right up here, Cottage Haven. Then there's a camp that's just roughly around here-ish? Here. Which will give you another tour. And a slightly different one as well. I could get the Regalia right now, but I can also... You know what? Let's get the Regalia, because driving over there might be a little bit easier to deal with. No. You know. Oh, right. This also depends on the time of day you get this. Last time I did this, I got like a midday shot. Now I'm getting a night shot. It's small, interesting intricacies that can make each playthrough different. I'll do that. I have the tendency to get experience options.
ガーディナへ行く途中にモーテルがあってさ、その荷物を店主に届けてほしいんだ。頼むよ。
ちゃっかりしてんな。
My biggest question is, will you allow me to drive her during night? Because I would love to. Early on during the game, Ignis will kind of... Early on in the game, he will kind of steer you into not driving during night. I've even been like kicked out of the car once. I think it happened by accident because it wasn't supposed to happen like that. And he got in the car instead. Just weird shit. But pointing out to me that it's night. Actually, take over. If you look at their clothes, they're pretty dirty right now. The idea for this particular drive is to make it out to the... there we go. Platinum Leviathan. The point of this particular drive is just to get out to the camp that I want to get to. And in the car, you have the opportunity of turning on music. And I don't have a whole lot of it right now. I haven't bought much either. Let's see if I can get at least a little headway there. I think it would be fitting if I do this one first. I can actually see it from right here. That rock formation is bad.
シドニーもだいぶ腕がいいらしいぞ。
And surprisingly, no one will be tempted to steal your car because there's so little people around anyway.
いや待ってそれやっぱダメだオート帰ったら俺車考える
Oh, pronto. Another huge surface area. Ow. Just gonna make sure I dodge on out of here. Alright, so here we have an example of those elemental deposits that I was talking about before. Are you not seeing the rest point I'm currently at? So at these points you can get your elemental energy back. I've gotten a bunch of ice and fire already, but I think that was the first time seeing the thunder. I couldn't hear that guy groaning in the background. Always just as lovely seeing that. Now I haven't bought any anything to make proper food, I think. So we'll see what we have to offer, but I need to make sure that Iggy cooks. Yes. We will be camping. Yeah. If I'm lucky, I'll get the quests that I want from this one. But we'll see. Oh man. Posing for a photo while setting up the tent. God, you're silly. As you can see from this area with the little fire pit in the middle, there were those engravings on the stone. Essentially that means that this is a safe haven, meaning that no enemies can get into it. No varmints, no demons, no nothing. As far as I understand it. Acquire new recipes to expand Ignis's cookbook and the variety of bonuses. I don't want toast or this. I do have enough for croque madame. I have enough for this as well, but apparently crispy cheese pizza is another one that you can get randomly. But because we have a bigger stock of this, actually, I don't know. Attack boost level 2. I'll take this. Because I need to be very careful and make sure that I level up his skill when I can. This being one such example. Because you start with very little recipes. And until we get like a good stock of gil and exploration done, it's going to be really hard to make sure that his recipe repertoire expands. And we haven't actually gotten a lot of XP in my opinion, but that's because I'm a little bit jaded from coming from a spot where I'm used to getting several 100k in a row and then just buffing them up. Okay, this is slow. Alright, 4 levels. That's doable. And as you can see, Noctis's fishing hasn't moved any because, let's be honest, there's no chance it will move as long as I don't fish. We can save a few of these. Nope. Nope. You gotta be really sparse with these too because... Actually, they're both smiling. You gotta be really sparse with these because you only have 150 shots. Meaning that it's gonna be a bitch to go through the entire game. His expression. Sure, we'll save that one for now. Alright, good. I've noticed that I have to clean out old snapshots and add new and go back and forth all the time. And it makes me feel a little bit bad because I kind of want to keep the old ones too, and I wish that there was a bigger stock, you know, that you could keep. They're carrying around camping gear, so. Of course I will. That's the entire reason why I went out here to camp.
ありがとう鬼切りよ。そうと決まれば今日も寝ましょう。
I think the game will let you have slightly more loose range from now. Not extremely. You still have to move within the region you're in, of course. But I think you'll be able to choose where you go within this region. We'll have to see about that. Mm-hmm. Noctis is sleepyhead.
撮りたい写真があるんだけどさ。俺の超尊敬するメカニック。
誰？
シドニーに関係するものの写真を収めたい。はあ？いや、違うよ。ストーカーとかじゃないよ。俺純粋にシドニーをリスペクトしてて。まずはハンマーヘッドが見えるところまで行って、シドニーを育んでくれたハンマーヘッドに向かってまず一礼を。
しかもなんでハンマーヘッド？本人に言って取った方が早いだろう。
こんなこと本人に言えるわけないでしょうが。
こんな早朝からわけわかんねえこと。
シドニーを育んでくれた土地、もはや聖地だね。そこに感謝をしないことには始まらないでしょう。
ああ、もう好きにしてくれ。
Gotta love that Noctis is just kind of tagging along here because, oh, fine, okay, you're getting your wealth through being childish. I see you, Prompto. I'm right here.
ここでいいんだな。思う存分取れよ。
サンキュー。よし。じゃあまず敬意を表して。
Okay.
シドニーを育んでくれたハンマーヘッドよ。ありがとう。王子？シドニー。
I love his reaction.
私たまに朝早くに散歩して気分転換するんだ。ここ眺めもいいしね。私のお気に入り。君たちは何しに？
プロンプトに耳打ちしてやるか。
Yep, he needs a hand. We're on a hike, just like you.
俺も散歩できたんだ。
へえ、いつもこんなに朝
Not
早い
really.
んだ。
Oh, you know.
まあね。俺写真好きでさ、いろんなとこ散歩してよく撮影とかしてるんだよね。
ナイスプロンプト。慣れてきたな。
へえ、写
Twitchy,
真
twitchy.
だ。今日は何を撮りに来たの？
The view. We came here for the view.
ここから見えるハンマーヘッドの景色が撮りたくて。
なるほど。朝日を浴びたハンマーヘッドか。綺麗だろうね。あ、そろそろ戻らないと。じいじがうるさいからね。そうだ、今度その写真見せてよ。
もちろん。
じゃあまたいつでもうちに寄っていってね。
シドニーってほんと尊いよね。
よくわかんねえけど。よかったな。
He says, and what an honor it was. When he really said, well, I guess I'm glad it ended up that way. Isn't it good? No, something like that. We earned AP for this. This is why I want to do these. And you don't even get the opportunity of tearing down the camp in the morning. You just kind of gotta leave it. And, okay, Saber Tusk. I'll take you on, I guess. Alright. So long as I'm doing okay in time, meaning I can get more AP that way. Oh, so that's what that was. I didn't recognize the pole looking at the bottom of it. So that's the telegraph pole. I love this progression. Look, straight, crooked, laying down. Really nice. I'm gonna hit up the vendor in Hammerhead because I think he has some stuff for the car that I can use.
今日も気合い入れていくか。
行こうぜ。
Because I'm not into Afrojack, unfortunately. This is just not my vibe. I don't think I have anything else either. Okay. I have Kingslave. I have Brotherhood. Okay, well. Brotherhood is better than nothing. Oh. They're for the name. Yeah. I'm just used to calling it Hammerhead because that's the name they gave it. But if you back up, they actually put like the front fender of a car and turned it into a Hammerhead. Pretty sweet. Details. I love details. FF4 and FF8. I'll get... Can I get these without it? I don't want either of these ones right now. I'll prioritize. I'll get the music for starters. Alright. Let's get rolling.
快晴だ。気温も上がりそうだな。
No. No. I'm trying to make sure. Do you start the one? No. Actually, this is pretty good. This gives us a good and all proper chance to take a look around. Just to see how they act in the car, because they're pretty silly in the car. I mean, not when Noctis is driving. It's just that Prompto's like, oh, please. Either put me out of my misery or just let me sleep. And this formation, you'll notice that Ignis and Noctis will be the ones that swap places with one another, while Gladio and Prompto are the ones staying in the same seats, as always. They won't really change in between them because, you know, Gladio needs his leg space, apparently. And he can't get that in front passenger seat. Or it's because Prompto wants photos and he needs to be in the front passenger seat. Alright. We are here. And you'll also be able to tell they are shit at parking.
しばらく俺に運転させてくれ。
Yeah. That's pretty much your one drive that you get for now. That's just why I did it the way I did. Now there's supposed to be a recipe around here. I forgot exactly where it is. Oh, duh. Alright. Last, you may savor the fruit of your labor for victory's sweet taste nice here with you. Let's see here. I'll just have to double mark them. Alright, this should be a classic tomato and egg stir fry. Yep. I'll just double mark them. That should be the only recipe that I should be able to get from here right now. I'm gonna hit up the vendors. I'm gonna hit up... vendors right here. FF2, yes.
ありがとうございます。またどうぞ。
I'll start with this. I'll build up a stock of things later on.
面倒な野獣が増えてきたよな。
Let's have a listen to.
工業です。イチネリス工業はレッサルムの皆様の生活を支えながらこれからも絶え間なく電力を提供していきます。メテオから夢と希望を生み出す会社イチネリス工業。
Alright, so that was an ad for Exonaires. We won't actually get to
クローズネスト
talk
にようこそ。
about Exonaires until a little bit later.
お疲れ様
But
です。
that's okay. We can handle this for now. We don't want to give this entire world in one go, you know? Alright,
何にいたします？
so it's time to stock up on some new info, new havens, parking spots, outposts. And here we were introduced to the different things that you can get a hold of in Golden Key.
メニューはこちらです。
Usually you don't want to eat these. They don't give you a whole lot of bonuses, but if I look here real quick through my list, dining at restaurants. I actually think, yeah, you're gonna wanna, well, this is a little bit pricey right now. We're gonna skip that. But I'm gonna take the fries,
すぐにお持ちします
not for the bonuses, but it actually unlocks a recipe.
お来た来た。
So, let's see here. Got a little bit of a buff to our HP, and that's good, I guess. But, more importantly, we unlocked a recipe. I'll try to do these things as I go, so it
あ
doesn't...
りがとうございます。
Damn it! It doesn't clog things up. It's gonna be really slow in the beginning of this game. We're not gonna actually get to the nitty-gritty of the story for a very long time.
腕に自信があ
Of
ります
course...
か？
No, I'll pass on all of these for now because they're a little bit higher level than I am. I'm sure I can take them on, but I don't want to risk it right now. There are times when they will be easier. No, I'll take things as they go. But when it comes to story, we're currently in chapter 1, I think. Fuck. If I could stop yawning. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're in chapter 1. It essentially brings us down to Golden Key, if I remember correctly. Eventually. And as that goes, we're supposed to depart from the ship in Golden... blah 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 blah. Shit doesn't pan out, and eventually the world expands.
後でうちのが運ぶから車は
Yeah, thank you. And eventually the world expands a little bit on its own, progressively through the story.
アンブラ。
届け物か。ご苦労様。
よくここが分かったな。
有能な伝達役だからな。
いつもどうやって来てんの？
Certainly knows how to find. God
ちょ
damn
っ
it,
と待って
Iggy.
な。
I love this dog.
花だ。
この間冠を作ったお花です。
うん。覚えてる。ジールの花。
And the white one that you see on the side there, that would be Prina.
うん。
Prina,
お
Prina.
帰りになるとき、
I pronounce her
この
Prina.
手帳もお持ちになってもらえませんか？
うん。
そしてよかったらノクティス様にも何か貼ってほしいのです。
Why do they all look so filthy already? I've barely done anything today. Come time for me to leave Tenebrae. I'm finally going to see her after all these years. I guess. I really don't know what gives me experience and what gives me AP or anything. So I guess it makes things around, but maybe the top choice is
答え
experience
な
for
いだろう
now.
けどさ、一応。
じゃあ聞くな。
それって何してんの？だよね。
God damn it, Prompto.
荷物も届けたし、ガーディナに向かおう。
Yeah. For now, though, it's pretty okay that we head down to Galden. Here.
準備はできているか？
We'll let Iggy drive for now. More importantly, because I can't, because he's gonna take the wheels for now. So we quote unquote prove ourselves worthy. That's okay though. We can handle this.
次のニュースです。ルナフレーナ様が停戦協定についての
Okay.
ご自身の声明を発表されました。
この度は停戦協定の
There's
締
a
結が決まり
spot up there that we'll be going to later.
嬉しく思っています。そして皆さんご存知の通り、私は婚約のお話をいただきました。今後カンナギの務めをどう果たしていくのか心配する声が多くあると聞いていますが、結婚を境にカンナギの使命が変わることはありません。これまでと同じように私は皆さんの住む地を
Oh, okay.
捧げていきます。
ルナフレーナ様は結婚式のため近くテネブライを出発されるとのことで、式を終えられるまでの間、
Okay,
カンナギ
so
の公式な訪問は一時的に中止されます。
え、協定で？
ああ、そこで決まったんだ。
平和の象徴ってやつだな。
半分政略的な結婚じゃん？
だがルナフレーナ様も望まれてのことらしい。
新郎も文句はねえんだろ。
あ、何それ、照れ？はあ？
He acts bashful, but he's the thing is he actually does look forward to this because it's a nice. Not only, god damn it, Nox, sit the fuck back down in your car. No, because he has history with Luna Freya.
ガーディナと船場だな。
泳ぎたくなるな。
後ろなんかすげえ変な。山？
あれは島だ。
山とか島とかはいいからリゾート地だよ。柔らかいベッドとマッサージ。
あと料理だな。あそこは魚がうまいらしい。
あ
あ、楽しみだな。
Well, if it's too nice, then I might not actually be able to pay for the food. Cry. We're gonna be introduced to fishing here pretty soon, and me and my completionist sense, I like fishing until I'm done catching all the different varieties of fish that I can catch. Unfortunately, there are only some that are going to be available to us currently. Oh, yeah, fuel, that's a thing. Sure, refuel. Before I even forget about it, it has a little meter down at the bottom, but when you enter post-game stuff, like I've done, you don't need to refuel anymore. Because your car will be an airship. Let's have a look here. I thought I already had... No, I have the engine blade, that's right. No, I think we're fine for now, actually. A lot of this stuff will come to us naturally, one way or the other. Ooh, there's a glim. There's gonna be a camping site over here too that we can access, and I'm gonna see if we can access that somehow. But I think we're hitting that point where we'll go and meet up here, and then eventually it'll direct us to go to this lodging here, and this lodging right here has a 2x experience bonus, meaning that I want to complete as many hunts as possible beforehand to rack up experience. They say it's decently easy to make sure that you rack up experience and make the most of that one time that you stay there for free. Because staying there later on will be pricey. Now, I'm buying one of each and then buying multiple of each, mostly because it's easier for me to menu. And it costs a little bit, but that's okay. Because this will last us for a very long time. Now we have spider silk. Super baleen has a higher durability, so let's I don't want to mess up. Okay. Can I sell stuff here? I can. Good for selling. I don't think I need the Mesmenir horn for anything either. I don't know what the star shell does, but I'll keep it around. Because some of this can actually be used for elemency. I'll just briefly show it. I won't make anything. Currently I only have 2 magic flasks. Oh boy, my stomach is not okay after the Christmas dinner. Okay, so if we combine any stack of magic we have with a potion, we will get a variety of heal casts, meaning it'll heal us while hitting someone with thunder. We can get a tri-cast if we use Phoenix Down and the different types of elixirs, but as you can see there's a higher potency rate. Venom cast if we use an antidote, meaning that we will attempt at poisoning the enemy too. Venom cast, dual cast, that's just shorter. We've got regular cast, we got dual cast, we got tri-cast, quad cast, and quid cast, and also a curse cast. Power of Enervation. I forget what Enervation does, but we can go into that later. Okay, so that's nice. I saved those. So the Star Shell actually imbues with Stop Cast, which will stop them temporarily, and Quad Cast, which will allow for a 4-time cast. Here we go. Alright. No biting at Vanath Coast. Giant Trevally, Golden Trevally, and more. Yep. We're actually gonna be fishing here now, folks. You know, shit, I'm out here. Okay. So I will be... I will be switching over to our Super Baleen immediately. And what I want to catch right now are these yellow fishes, because these can be used for cooking. I know. Trying to get away my booty. Basically, the basics of fishing is really easy, but the more difficult it gets, the bigger fishes you will be able to catch. And here's our first one. And I'll be able to mark this off as well. This is a good way to stock up ingredients for food as well. This is just a regular giant trevally. I will cross that out. Yeah, this is an edible fish. Color of fish on the map indicates its yield. Yellow dots represent edible fish. The rarer the fish, the better the ingredient or treasure it provides. By owning Noctis' fishing skills and acquiring a new tackle, you can reveal whoppers and reap the rewards. Yep, done that plenty of times. Now, there's another trevally around here. Let me just see if I can catch. I forget what kind of method they want you to use. Not that, apparently. I went a little bit too quickly for the fish to catch up. Alright. Also, going for a fish twice in a row seems to be off-putting for the fishes when they Oh, I've been attracted to you once. I'm not falling for it twice, you know?
やめとけ。王子の不適。武器振るよりうまいんじゃねえか?
Your party members have a tendency to talk a lot during this too. You can't turn this down in the audio, but there might be a risk that you forget to turn it back up later. Okay. Well, sure. Let's see if I can snatch this guy up again. No? No? Okay. Well, let's try for a different first. Let's try for a blue one. I'm not sure I even have the right bait for them right now. Well, maybe. Ah, crabs over there. Come on. There we go. I think I know what fish this is, but I'll reserve judgment until I see it. The reason why it looks like I'm waiting, but as you can see the tension bar, the reason why I'm waiting in between is because the more my controller vibrates, the more the fish is actually struggling. And the more I fight against that, that actually just means that there's a risk of me breaking my line a lot faster. Oh hey, that was one of the trolleys, okay. Okay, well let's have a look at this one then. And the more I fish, the more experience I will gain for his fishing skill, meaning I will be able to catch different types of fish later on that will give me different things and actually give me different kinds of quests as well. I won't spend too much time here. I think I'm gonna see if I can catch the different types that I can see if I can find here right now. Yeah, this is the one I thought I got before. These actually usually show during nighttime, but you can get them during daytime too, occasionally. And the reason why I'm trying to cast game. Please, I know all this. I will be explaining things in due time. And if you see here, yeah, with some particular fish, you need to stay mobile. They're a little bit sassy. I think this is... it might be the other kind of trevally. It's hard to say from here, though. Also be careful when the fish jumps, because if you pull it the opposite way of what it wants you to pull, it'll snap the line. Alright, so let's see what kind of trevally we have here, because I see that it's a trevally. It seems like a regular giant one. God damn. Oh, different kinds of fish. I'm trying to find a specific one, but I think I can... I know. I want this one. Because there's a different kind of trevally that I can find using this one, specifically. And it's easier for me to pin out which one will be the one that I'm looking for, instead of just fishing blindly. Well, at least according to internet. Also, you get a chance to like learn what kind of fish likes what kind of movements on the lure. Like this one likes a lot of activity on the lure. Not looking very difficult right now, so it's not a big one. Like the faster you can reel it in by using R2, the higher the probability is that it's just a tiny one. Which is okay, but if it's a different species, then that'll help, usually. No, that's just a giant one. God diggity. I didn't think they would be attracted to this one. That's unfortunate. A lot of repeating dialogue will happen too. Nope. Well, let's try out here.
ちっちゃいのしか釣れないね。
This just looks like a regular one. I don't want you anyway. I want that other one. Yeah, this is the one that I want. The blue one. You look a little bit different. As you can see, he's a little bit heavier handed. Then I want to be careful here because I only have so much strength in this line, and if it's a whopper early on in the game, he can really tear into your line really easily. I think this is the one that I'm actually looking for. I thought it actually was an edible fish, but it looks like it might not be. Nope. Trying to reel in between. Like, you know, gently tap it between his turns. Like there. As you can see, he's still pretty good at tearing into my line. Usually well, usually, that's a conspicuous kind of term to use there. No, on my other file, I have stocked up on Dragon Bears, which is the best kind of real line that you can get. And as soon as you hit like a critical level with your line, it'll start playing in different music, someone will start yelling at you. But I still caught it, which is fine. We'll change the line afterwards. And this should be a reef one. Yep. Alright. That's good at least. And it looked like it wasn't an edible kind of fish. I know. They'll get really annoying the further down you get. Now, I'm gonna want to keep Popek here. Because I can reel in as many of these. I can reel in most of these Trevallies. And there's a possibility that I can find the other Trevalli that I want among these. I'm gonna have to be quick about it though, because it's sun is setting. See that from here. Thankfully, these fishes aren't extremely tedious to pull in. No, just a tiny one. That's okay. I'll fish you over here. There's actually another fishing spot that you can access right now. Oh, wait, what? Hang on. Let me have a look. Giant trolley. Here. No, this is the goddamn lure I need. Alright. Yeah, this is the fish that I want. Yeah, I'm gonna have a few issues catching these. They're a little bit sassy with me right now. Wow, okay. They're not feeling it right now. Hush. We're catching that friggin' Trevalli right now. There we go. This is the one I want, I think. It had like a yellowish hue on it, which I think is the one that I want, because the giant ones have silver. And the reef Trevalli have the little stripes on it. meaning I will nearly be all caught up on all the fish in this region. I don't care about the line in that case because it's such a short distance. Yep, this is a golden trevally, which was the other one that I wanted. And the last fishes I actually can't get now, surprisingly. So I'm gonna leave it. Now, let me have a look here. I won't have that one. There's actually another fishing spot right around this. It's right around here, roughly. And you can go fish there now, but you won't have the lures to really handle it. Now, they want you to hop on the ferry, but you know what? I say we should probably go camp, because that'll give me another tour. And there's a campsite right over there. But before then, there's a vendor back here. Might want to hit up the vendor first. Just to make sure that I have stuff to cook with. I have a bunch of fish, but you know, it's not going to get me very far. Speaking of that, let's have a look at his dishes right now. I don't have tomatoes. I have potatoes. I do have peppers. I'll see if I can load up on more peppers with this vendor here. Because that means I'll at least have 6 dishes worth of this trevally. And this is where I usually stock up on things because it is really handy. Actually, let me have a look. I'll just leave it alone. I'll leave. Actually, no. I wanted to buy still. Alright. Memories of FF5. Actually, like this one. Custom decal set with a monster theme for people who are mad, bad, and born to be wild. Okay, I'll hold off on most of those decors. I can buy a few of these. Just trying to make sure I have a little bit of stock. A little bit pricier. I'll be cautious with these. Chopped fillet, choco bean, sweet peppers. Load up on a few of these. Now we're gonna be broke. That's okay. Okay. Mystery. Let's see here. Where do I find this? Mystery meat sushi and the garlic sandwich. Alright. Just making sure I mark them off because if I don't keep track of that, then we're gonna be here for a while. I don't want to go on that ferry though. Again, we're gonna be wanting to go out to that campsite, cook some food, and hopefully be given a new tour. It's this game's way of allowing you small little instances where you can bond with your characters, and I actually really appreciate that. It's not very useful in terms of, you know, plot, but I'd always considered character development and character building to be an important part of better stock up on these while I'm here. Don't quite have full on fire. I won't have full on thunder either. I'll get there. Essentially, each one can add to a potency level. But you will be camping here. We'll have fish. Thank you. I'm not even gonna look at the stats because there's no point. I won't be using these stats actively right now anyway, because different things will happen right now. It still has a really nice startup stat with bonus HP and bonus attack, actually. For such silly fishes that can easily be caught. Prompt, are you playing with that gun? That's a weapon, you know. Oh boy. It's like worse than playing detectives as a kid. And I finally got headway into Noctis's fishing. Which is incredibly helpful. I'm making headway with all of them actually, which is good. I want to see if I can keep them on top of one another. Yeah. Prairie style skewers. New filter road trip. I actually find this really nice. Sorry. No. Love Umbra. Cute poopski. Nope. 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 Usually fishing photos seem to be the most boring ones. At least for me personally. There we go. Hi, Gladio.
Nanda, また早起きしろって怒られたのか？あ？早起きできるようにか。ノット、明日の早朝、海岸にトレーニングしに行くぞ。
Sure.
仕方ねえな。それじゃ、明日早朝に起床な。しっかり起きろよ。
He says that, but I don't believe it. If you're like a night owl like I am, or if you're more into sleeping in during days when you're allowed to, I don't see any reason why to rush to get up early. But again, well, Gladio, you sure are taking your time. How am I catching up to you and not even sprinting? Oh, there's a mineral deposit over here. Hang on. Let me just pick this up. I can't hit this, can I? I gotta stay close, but... well, I'll take a look at it after we're done here.
な、トレーニングって何やんだよ。ま、せっかく砂浜があるからな。走る。はあ？そんだけ？ま、走ってみたらそんなことも言ってられねえさ。砂浜ってのは走るのがきついから、いいトレーニングになるんだぜ。早朝だしな、体を起こすにはちょうどいいだろう。どうせなら勝負にするか。勝負？お前が負けたら毎朝俺のトレーニングに付き合ってもらうとかな。マジかよ。絶対負けられねえし。あそこがゴールだ。それじゃ始めるぜ。
Even make a line for the goal. I slurs.
Yo. スタート。
Oh, I hate the camera. I hate the camera angle here.
そんなんじゃ負けちまうぞ。
See, I got a little trick up my sleeve. But as soon as you use that trick, you'll see him bulged away.
このままじゃ負けそうだ。くそ、砂に足取られてうまく走れねえ。
You say that, but you're actually in the lead right now.
楽勝だな。
Yay!
やるじゃねえか。まあ早朝から砂まみれになって帰りゃイグニスも何も言わねえだろ。すげえ特訓しましたって顔しとけよ。
なんで早朝にって思ったらそういうことかよ。
That is a really nice
早
view.
朝の景色も意外といいもんだな。
それだけでも早起きの良さが分かりゃ十分だ。
There's not a whole lot story to that island. It'll become more irrelevant as we progress, but it's a little bit sad because it's actually a really nicely designed island that you only see from far, mostly. 20 AP, always helpful. Now I gotta head back here so I can see if I can hit this mineral deposit before actually heading back. And I'm probably going to be really extremely lazy here and do some menuing so I won't have to run all the way back to camp. I wouldn't call it game breaking, it's utilizing. Really? Fine. They're making me. Break the target's appendage. Level 4 stone shears. They're dying. I can't break them because they're dying. Well, I guess I'll have to skip on that bonus for now.
Hey, go there.
Oh.
Alright. There we go. Now I'll just do a little bit of this, and it'll just pop me back. It'll give me a loading screen, sure, but I think because it's in the same area, it'll be decently quick. There we go. Now, the farther the distance is apart, it'll have to take into consideration loading times and such between zones. Have I gone in here? Forget what this is. Not much for the exploratory type. Ooh, but this looks nice. Yeah. This is food. Food is good. God damn it, Gladio, stop looking at your cell phone. We're living in such a world right now with so many high-tech things. Disregarding FaceTime here. Oh, we just got into the good music, and it switches. That's almost upsetting. I forget where I find this. I think I find this. Yeah, right here. There's another recipe. Oil and fish make for a delicious dish, but the taste of victory lies further ahead. Seek in the fourth of the valleys 3, where the stairs of stone find their way. This should be on this page, right here. It says all this, but you know, these recipes aren't exactly hard to find. If you just know where to look for them. Don't I usually find something down here? Okay. Oh my god. I can taste my Christmas dinner. I need to be careful because I've been gorging on food the entire day. Probably gaining several pounds because of it. Being Swedish means that we have our Christmas celebrations on Christmas Eve. We usually have a little, if you're in a family that usually has small children, you will usually come across like dads and brothers dressing up as Santa to hand out gifts. Alright, let's pause a little bit.
残念なお知らせです。はあ？船乗りに来たんでしょ？
そうだけど。
うん。出てないってさ。
なんだあんた。
待つの嫌なんだよね。帰ろうかって思って。停戦の影響かな。
停戦記念にコインでも出たのか。
え、マジで？
出ねえ。それお小遣い。
は？
おい、あんた何なんだ。
見ての通りの一般人。ねえわ。
Clearly, the introduction seems to tell us something that he's not just a man of no consequence. He actually matters. Intricate coin. Let me have a look at this. I haven't actually looked at this before. Curious coin received from a man encountered in Golden Key. It is stamped with exquisite designs. Okay. No, we usually celebrate on Christmas Eve, meaning there's like sessions of TV. There are several instances of food. In my family, we usually have 3 rounds of food. The first one being usually consistent of fish and such assortment with a little bit of bread on the side. The second one being the Christmas ham, meatballs, tiny sausages, potatoes, and some other various meats like that. And the last one is usually more dessert. It's rice porridge. I don't think Noctis is into this, but let's try. Oh, I gotta apologize again. I'm too sleepy for this. I would kill for a massage right now. Except he would kill if given a massage right now. It's hilarious. He can barely handle it for a few seconds. Sissy. Alright, so we'll be getting to stay in this lodging here eventually. I think I can continue with a few quests. Because I think it'll direct me there. Oh, this seedy bastard. Yep, there sure as hell isn't a ferry out here.
Or ティッシエを出られないんだって。その筋の情報によると急に規制されたんだそうで。で、君らノクティス王子ご一行だろ。こんちは、俺 D の。あ、俺新聞記者だからいろいろ知ってんの。高級車でハンター始めたのも知ってるし、お忍びだろ。記事にされたくないよな。な、ちょっと俺の話聞かない
？You know, I'll listen to you. Mostly because it'll actually reward me in the end.
なあ、ノリいいじゃん。じゃあ、地図貸して。場所の印つけといたんで、原石取ってきて。これ、宝石の原石。代わりに船乗れるよう話つけてやるよ。ダメなら王子の情報売っちゃう感じで。
I don't think the papers will run him out of town, but you know, never know.
完全に王子って知ってたね。
ま、しっかり隠してもいなかったろ。
新聞記者と言っていたな。乗船できるかはともかく敵対はしたくない。
Oh yeah, this should allow for another quest to pop up here. And I think it might even be here right now. Yeah. I love this one.
猫どうした散歩中か仲間とはぐれたかじゃあ腹減ってんのか分かったちょっと待ってろなんか探してこねえとな
猫の餌が
近くで釣りでもする
そうだなやってみるか
うわーにゃんこのごちそう
Yeah, and because I've already been fishing, it'll send me straight onwards. Except I don't think giving the fish to the cat will
ほ
help.
ら釣ってきたぞ魚嫌いなのか
Especially when you have a floppy live fish there. Good job. Yeah, let's go have a talk with her. I should forget what her name is.
ガーディナにようこそ
The stranger we met earlier, I can't say that he seemed strange to me straight off the bat.
猫が食えそうなものってあるか
新しい冷やかしかしら
いやあっちに猫が
冗談よ事情は分かってるわあの子のご飯なら作ってあげるただ材料がね今からお客さんに出す分で最後なのだからこの魚を一匹調達してきてね
I already have one. Cook it. Now I guess in my first playthrough I didn't really think of that guy as conspicuous as strange at all.
あなたいい人ねでも気をつけなさい猫って執着するし何より美食家よ
美食家ね
下手なご飯じゃ満足しないのはいこれ持ってってあげてね
And it also means that we don't actually have to find any cat food to actually have to that we have to pay for it because we caught it ourselves and we don't actually have to pay her for cooking it for us.
持ってきたぞこの贅沢猫
懐かれたっぽい
どうだろう
執着されてしまうかもな
されちまうと大変だぜ
All these puns are way too strong for me. Also after gorging on food the entire day, I'm pretty tired right now. Ooh, I've tried to keep myself from yawning and it's not working. So I think I've only been up from like 10 today, which isn't, early. You know, and then I didn't eat breakfast because we were gonna gorge ourselves on food, so it is what it is. Now I'm tired. I forgot to look at hunts from her, but actually I think we'll just want to head back to Hammerhead, because if we head back to Hammerhead we can get some of the really early hunts out of the way right now, and that'll set us up nice. Because we have that quest from Dino. We can go do that right now. That's really easily done. It doesn't require us fighting anything special. But I think if we do the hunts now and we try to rack up a little bit of experience, we can easily hit the quest where they will launch us at Golden Key. Now there is I could go do that right now actually before I start with this. Actually we'll have to see a little bit, I think, because there is a camp slightly north of Hammerhead which will give you another tour, which is another chance for more AP, which is nice. There's also a scene at the motel outside of the Longwood Peak rest area. That I also want to catch, but you know, all this requires that you go in and lodge yourself, go and get lodgings and sleep, you know. And it's so early here. So you want to take a break, and I just want to really go hunt. Because I really don't like wasting experience when I can get a bonus for it. Let's have a look here. Meaning I can only go for these guys. Ossian Gorge. Alright. That's easily enough handled. I think I actually will go camp after these guys and then separate them from Longwith. Not because it actually does anything to help me really, but it'll... I don't need to refuel. It's trying to target the regalia. Yeah, set this as destination. It'll only take a minute or two. Let it drive us out there. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna be digging into my bag of treats. Another 50 or so minutes will do for this stream. It also sets us up nicely because it might seem like a slow-paced beginning. I'm intentionally taking it slow because they want you to explore. They want you to go out and see different things before you get too riled up in the story. Excuse me. There will also come a time when you start breaking through to go to Duskay and Cling. That time is not now. We still have quite a while to go before them. So let's fool around. See what we can do. Oh, Flexi Tusks. Okay. These are the upgraded varieties of saber tusks. They're level 7, but I don't think there's any reason to worry. But because my dual shock is telling me that the battery's low, I might want to pay attention to that. I don't know which works best on these guys. I don't think I care either. I'll just whack him. Focus on, Really? One time I can actually parry and do that. Okay, nice. I'm getting sniveling now too. I actually need to be careful. My sinuses are not the best right now. Also, I'm getting knocked over. Guys, don't forget the main character of your story. Thank you, Prompto. Dude. I'll just let him handle it for now. Really? That is a bitch. Iggy, can you do it? Or, you know, Gladio? Anyone? Thank you. I'll get Prompto. You seem a little... He sounds so happy. We can get him back together. Okay. That wasn't what I was expecting, but okay. I'm down and out for the count. Stay close to these guys, see if they'll heal me. Just try to. Also, usually using attack means that you are given certain ability frames, meaning that you can not have to take damage for those few seconds. Nice. This looks tough. Oh boy, really? That is shoddy timing on that. Oh boy, I was gonna go get Prompto, but I don't think I could go get Prompto while I'm down. Oh, you didn't? There we go. This is for the simple reason that I don't feel like using items. No, I'm not using easy mode either. I could. Oh, for crying out loud. I have no MP using warp strike. No, I'm trying to conserve my item usage as much as possible. It's actually really easy to do if you know how. And restoring each other without caring about total HP is one way of doing that. You guys are silly. Oh, there's a mine deposit right here. So oh, you just picked them all up. Nice. Okay, so that means I think we'll head back to Hammerhead, hit the camp. Let's see what we're doing after that. Auto, no. Hammerhead, no. There's no point in fast traveling when it's just a minute away. Play music. Oh, it was. I prefer 5 more. 5 is a little bit more whimsical. We were pulling the car earlier. Now it gives me a chance to actually look at what happened to these pulls. Sometimes you'll see cars littered around. But one good thing to note is, if they're rusted, they've been left there and abandoned. But if you actually see, like, the lights on it flash, there's usually a person standing right next to it and wanting help to repair their car. And I can actually, let me hit up Taka first. We are already stocked up though. Alright. He always seems like you're trying to give him a heart attack. Let's push this a little bit closer to rank 2 as well. I don't think there were any other hunts that I could do right here. No. So we're good for now. It's a little bit hard to actually get very far this early on for me. I have methods of handling it later on, but not right now. No. I was gonna show you this guy. Because of course you can buy stuff here, but you can also buy repair kits. try to keep a few of these on you at all times. So if you run into anyone that has been stranded somehow by their car, and their car is broken down, you always have a repair kit with you. And sometimes, I think there was one particular time that I ran into 3 different cars, 3 different guys with their cars broken down, needing them repaired. And you know, having stock, you know, not unnecessarily like, oh, I'll stock up 99. No, there's not that many people in the world that needs that much help. Just keep like a handful of it. And if you like start running low, like to 2 or something, you know, stock up to 4 or something. Just don't go insane with it. Oh. I was wondering what he was attacking for a second. Oh, they're on the other side. I am. Okay. Let me just check. I don't think there are any recipes out here, but before I leave things behind here, quest cave. No, it looks okay from that perspective. And I can't buy any of these right now. I'll get this later. Yeah. Alright. We seem pretty caught up right now. Let's head this direction. As you can see, there's like an entire area out here too. The map isn't particularly detailed here. It kind of sequences off, and you can't really go up here. Kind of wish you could. You can't. You can't go any farther out here because then you start hitting the bridge that actually leads you to Insomnia. And looking at the map, it's a little bit astounding because right here it looks like there's a fort. Right here there looks like there's another huge establishment. But there's like no real establishments around from the little bits that we can see. And then when you zoom in on Insomnia, it's crazy many things going on in there. Cool. Which I find interesting. Oh yeah, I need more fire and thunder, I think it was. Yep. I like to be capped. I don't necessarily use a lot of magic straight off the bat in the game. Mostly because it doesn't need you to. I mean, magic makes things easier, but it's by no means a requirement. Also, he spontaneously attacks when I'm trying to hold the circle button and actually sprint. Could be a glitch, could be a bad connection with the button in the control. Alright, let's see if we can get a little bit of a scene here. There's not going to be very much time that passes between any of this, really, but it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. And we unlocked that, but I can't really do much with that. You know what? Let's go with the fish again. The fish is a solid way to eat. I, of course, eat fish myself. I try to, at least. That fish actually looks really tasty. Portion the way it is, with the gut taken out in the middle, it actually makes me think there might not be too many bones in there, because it would be longer, like rib bones. Oh, I actually have a decent amount of experience. Not enough to get me very far, of course, but you know. His cooking is doing good. Sure. Trying to save photos of people that I come across. I don't like that one, but I don't like it as much as some of the other environmental photos that I've managed to snap in this game. But we're doing good right now. Hey, Iggy.
Nocto, ちょっといいか？ああ、明日の朝頼みたいことがあるんだ。朝から？なんだ。朝食作りを手伝ってくれないか？
With a name like Darkness and Night, of course you wouldn't jive very well.
では、明日は頼むぞ。
Boy, no, I'm really hyped for this, actually. Here I've been going so far to gather as much information as possible.
今日はこれを煮込んでくれ。焦げないようにな。どうすればいい？時折混ぜておけば大丈夫だ。
A few stirs here and there. So we're not even being taken on the tour. We're actually legit just stirring the pot.
料理をするのはどれぐらいぶりだ？ああ、忘れたな。いろいろバイトもしていたしな。ああ、あれは本当適当にやってたからな。
Will he move faster if I actually do it
それを
faster?
料理というかは謎だな。お前
It
が
doesn't
掘りすぎ
look
なんだ。
like it.
さて、鍋の様子はどうだ？
Ah, he said nabe. They're having nabe, huh?
引き続き混ぜて。
Sure. I guess I will.
なんで料理手伝ってくれなんて言ったんだよ。最近二人で話す機会がないと思ってな。何か抱え込んだりはしてないか。
See what's got you stewing.
お前、昔から俺のことばっか気にすんのな。映画に任されているからな。はいはい。
As shown in Brotherhood, he often had to tend for Noctis.
少し食べてみたらどうだ？
Noctis, who couldn't cook for himself or
自分で
anything.
作ると一段とうまいだろう。そうだな。少し自分でやってみようという気になったか。え？お前が作った料理が一番うまいし。お前ってやつは。
My half-baked scheme up in smoke. No, I love that
久
one.
々にしてみた料理はどうだった？ああ、まあたまにならいいかもな。でも早起きは嫌だな。そう言うな。早起きはいいことが多いぞ。はいはい。じゃあ気が向いたらな。また頼む。だから気が向いたらだっつ。
I'll marvel at my own face. Oh man.
今日は助かった。そうか。ならよかったけどさ。
You say that, but you just stirred in a pot. Get back when you actually cook. Now. Now. I'll be lazy. I'll return to the car from here. Because you don't ever get to see them tear down the camp that you make. And struggle so hard to put up every night. And then we're actually going to want to head down to Longwith because we can actually park over by Three Valleys. Okay. We're gonna want to head down there because A, there's an outpost there, which means that there's more hunts. There's also a scene that you can see in the motel. I'm just contemplating if there are any good ways for me to get more experience pretty rapidly. Granted, now I'm camping small instances, you know. I can I can do the hunts here, and I can hold off. I can finish Dino's quest. I can do the hunts down in Golden Key, and just gather it all up and dump it into one big pot and have it loaded on me in Golden Key. That means having to put the scene you get at the motel a little bit later, but considering all things considered, as it is right now, we're going to be here for a while. I won't disclose any more than that. We will actually have to remain here for a pretty long while. And I think what I'll be trying to do is, as I go in the game, we will gain more experience, but we will also find more solid ways of gaining experience as well. Hey, actually, now that I don't have any experience loaded up, I could just hit the motel up. You know what? There's a quest here, but I'll handle him later. How much for this? Yeah. I'll get the scene out of the way now, because I have no experience loaded up. Just handle it now, because it feels better to have some of the bonding out of the way before we get into the next part of the game, because it feels awkward later on together. Apparently they really like playing card games. Hell, I would too, let's be honest. The palm tree makes it though. I'd be surprised if I'm a little bit more leaning towards saving photos of Iggy. Oh, I didn't get the scene. I might not get it until later then. Okay. Screw that then. New plan.
さっきの荷物にメルダシオ宛てのが紛れててさ。メルダシオ？ああ。近くにそこの偉い人が来てるんだけど。
Oh yeah.
ドクター、ついでだし持ってってあげようよ。
No, I know where he is. I'll handle him in a little bit. First, though, I'll hit these guys up. I'll just continue to trudge on with the story then. I wasted those 300 gil, but it was worth it. This is a nighttime one because it's a goblin. And usually these diners and outposts will give you an option to wait until nightfall. But if you're later on in the game and you're waiting to get into a dungeon, because certain dungeons only open during nights, you're a little bit screwed. Because you're just gonna have to sit there and wait. And if you have a food buff going, well, sorry, still gonna have to wait. Unless, I don't know how it works because I don't know how time progresses in this game. Meaning, I haven't tried to see if you get a food buff from a camp or anything, and you accept a nighttime hunt and wait until nightfall. I don't know if the time will have been dealt out on your bonus, or if it won't count it because it's an instant warp.
やえ確定か。
俺は嫌いじゃねえけどな。
Nice swinging there. Nice swinging there, champ. Actually, I'll see if I can run by this area on the way back. Pick up more loot. The spot is clearly not very far away from the rest area, so I figured might as well stock it all up into one big. Now it will stop giving you the marker, but if you head in towards this monster marker, it'll usually spawn your mobs. These are actually demons. These are not varmints. You can tell because of their purple bars. Oh boy. Demons also have a knack for stealing things. Let's see how I deal with these. This might actually be a little bit complex to deal with. Maybe the rest of the guys are good with handling things on their own. I just want to get one or two dealt with quickly. They can easily hurt me. Alright. That's cool. Gotta be careful. Thanks. Dude, that shouldn't have been enough to bring me to safety. Alright, fine. Wanna be like that? Yeah, like that. Alright. At least for two more. These are actually really easy to handle now. They've been tenderized by the rest of the party. Wait. Wait. There's one more. I was gonna say, didn't it spawn the last one? Alright, well then I don't mind them stealing my things. I'll amass a fortune later on. Okay. Just having looked at this stuff. Cause I'll hit this area up later, I think. I'm wondering if I should head down there and then make a sweep back. Only problem is... Nah, it's okay. It's not that far. I tell myself. I think it'll also make for a good break because, I don't know how much longer I can get. I might actually be able to complete the next hunt as well. We'll have to see. This gives us a chance to get some loot as well. Might as well grab this mineral deposit right here while we're walking past it. Oh boy. That's an ocarina on that treasure spot for now. See, being level 30, I'm really not tempted to deal with them right now. I don't think I even have a good... I know it's dangerous to travel at night. Shush. I don't even think I have a good way of handling those right now. I think we'll just have to run from them from now on. I know that you can defeat them when you're like level 15 or something, but I'm not that far ahead in this game. I also like having a level advantage because it gives me the upper hand usually. I actually haven't looked to see what's in this house. Sounds like a good time to try it. Because there might be something in here. Even if it's like torn up and shit. Oh, it's past torn up. Well, it doesn't seem like I've missed any treasure here either. Excuse me, Gladio. Coming through. There's a treasure spot up here, though. That's always appreciated. I think it's on the other side of the fence. Can I even get past the fence right now? I was gonna say, I know where the opening is, usually. Alright, a remedy. Always good to get something. Oh, I could have just walked through. Well, god diggity damn. I'm not complex at all. Don't worry, guys. I got this. I don't know if he's here right now. There's... Later on, there might be a guy that actually parks around here. Has his car break down. There's another broken down house. With some more goodies attached to it. More. Nice. Just make sure I'm not missing things. I think we're good. And we just kind of stumble upon this. Let me have a look at my elements here. Yeah, I'm all capped. Okay, good. There was a harvest point out here. And we're actually going to want to see if we can make sure we harvest plenty of things. Not all the time, but often enough that we might not actually have to buy a whole lot. I'll mark you. There's a treasure spot down there. I'll see if I can get it. And then I'll head to the other marker that's across the street. And hope that I don't get ambushed by iron giants. As of this point in the game, you only see the iron giants, but there will be another one that will be added to the mix later on that has a higher level. And is slightly beefier than your regular iron giant. Because iron giants, you will learn very easily that you can defeat them by brute forcing them. But there's also, when you get exposed to the red giant later on, you can kind of brute force them, but they're a lot tankier. Oh, here's a guy with a car broken down. Alright. Let's hit up this guy, because you can see that the lights are on. And blinking and everything. Alright. I'm just gonna blast past some of that dialogue, because it's... frankly, nothing interesting, really. It's just making sure you pick up the quest. You get experience for this, so I'm not complaining. And because I didn't get that scene back in Longwith, I might as well keep going. You also get gil back, meaning that you actually don't lose out very much on having bought the repair kits at all. Because you'll get it back, eventually. This is the next point I wanna head up. Yeah, I have to agree there. I've barely been out walking a few hours. Alright, and here seems to be more. I think this is potatoes? Yeah. Then I think we just head back. I think I can accept, like, one more hunt or manage to clear out the hunts before I call it a night. Oh yeah, there's this treasure spot here. Let's hit this one up as well. Because after this I won't particularly care to hit them up. Even if I do come back this way around. Because I grabbed the hunt that actually dragged me through that area right now. Meaning there's very low likelihood of having another hunt in the same area that forces me to go through that area again. Maker for the potion I was stolen before. This is, you can actually see into the room that you usually run to. I don't know why they would do it like that, but why not, I guess. You say that like you're going to sleep, but you're actually not gonna get to sleep for a while yet. We got a while to go.
ご無事のようですね。
It's like he's looking him over and like, are you okay? You look half dead. Level 14. Yeah, I think I'll get some, I think, well, not preparation. I'll change a little bit of things around. I'll, first of all, I will set the difficulty to easy. And it'll only take a moment to actually implement in the game. It's a way to make sure that I don't die unnecessarily because they're higher level than me. Second preparation, because I usually feel a little bit like targeted if I'm this low level doing a hunt. I actually have a little bit of gil right now, so I can make sure I am sufficiently prepared. And that's good enough.
Doctor. あれ見てみねえか。どうした？
See what? Oh, the sign? Wandering the Weaver Wilds, watch out for saber tusks. This is where having a chocobo would be really nice. But I'm not sure I can get very far in the car because there's usually iron giants popping up around the road way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this guy. Alright, I'll do him later. Because I know Iggy. No. We have another nighttime hunt. You are getting overruled. Please stop. I'm not sure if I can get the other one out of the way now. But if I can't, you just have to wait.
これくらい問題ねって。イグニスは休んでてくれ。
Speaking of being night out, I just want to get like a few yards closer, really. See, like here's fine. The reason why I do it here is because that's short enough a distance not to upset the quote-unquote local wildlife, being the demons that roam this area. Because as you can see, he just spawned behind us, and I don't think I can take the car back now. But hopefully, we'll get the hunt dealt with in a doable time where it's still night. I'll try to initiate him, and I think they'll stick around until they're dead. And after once that's been dealt with, it should be daytime, because the sun is already rising. I just gotta make sure I actually hit these guys before dawn rises completely. They usually have a tendency to hang around until until you kill them, but I can't be all that sure about it. Alright. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I'm not too worried about time, but if the sprint meter keeps doing that on me, then... well, crap. That's what I was afraid of. Meaning now he won't spawn. Can I just remove this and be like... guess I really need to go back to the place now. It's because there's an aggro area around here. The audio cues change as soon as you hit an area where you're supposed to find a hunt. As right now. So if we can just step outside of that area, we'll be fine. Well, I might as well go for the daytime hunt then. There we go. Now it's stopped. Now I should be able to. Return to rest point. Yes. I won't tow the car over, I think. I hope I get to not have to do that. I think it only costs like 100 gil, but you know. A salty gil anyway. I'll check Dave out later. I'm not too concerned with him right now. Because he'll give... You have to locate him and then you actually have to do another quest of his or something. Which will give us more experience, yada yada yada. Alright, so let's do the level 8 one. Yep. Alright, I think I'll do this hunt and then we'll call it quits. Oh look, it's right up by where the car is. Can I just cheese this? Actually, that is a really nice way of cheesing it if possible. And because it's still at a decent proximity to where I was, it doesn't actually have to take forever. I mean, take forever to load, really. Yeah, I see them from here. Sweet. I forget what they're weak to. Let me have a look. Actually, I have a bestiary up here. Of course that means I'll have to type, meaning I actually have to move my fingers in another way. So, Mesmeneers are weak to that, and that, and that. And those are weak to that, and that, and that. Do I have any extra weapons like that? Well, I do have the Mage Mashers. That'll do. That'll suffice. Of course I can use magic, but... no, don't really feel like it. Because here we have Magmaneers as well. I'm gonna be defending a whole lot here. Let's see if I can focus on some of the Mesmeneers and get them down. There we go. Sorry, I'm getting thrown out. I fight one-handed while my nose is getting all kinds of messed up. I see that these guys have had their horns broken. Nice. These guys will handle. Bye. Wow. I'm really not paying attention. I came a little bit quick. Okay. Wow. I have a feeling it's gonna take a little while. I probably have to switch. Oh, nonsense. I have that. Nope. There we go. Wow, you're actually being helpful. Well, getting my shit kicked down isn't exactly a favorite pastime of mine. Trying to see if I can break this form. Oh, actually, nice. Let's see if I can target his head again. Oh, you're down. I got more finesse than I got time there. That's okay though. I think we can head back to the rest point. How are we doing with time? Yeah, I can try to head out and awkward camera angle. I can hand this back and I can actually see if I can get the nighttime hunt because it'll progress it tonight, so that's not a problem. I want to stick to close. I want to stick to 3 hours as close as possible because any less than 3 hours almost feels like too short a time unless I'm actually feeling sick. Yay. Rank up. Titanium bangle. Nice. So let's see about this. Now you can actually start accepting some of the more risky ones. The yellow ones are pretty vanilla. Red ones can be legitimately dangerous. I don't think I'll handle any of them right now. It'll almost be safer if I just wait until after the next story sequence to do that. I was gonna say, game, come on, what the hell? Because it was treating it like daytime. It was inverted. Wow, I'm looking at it right now in the stream. Wow, that's crazy. This is a city we haven't seen yet. We'll actually get to that, not shortly, but soon enough. I think we might actually get to hit that place next stream if we're lucky. I'm saying that because after I finish these hunts, because I'm not going to do the level 18 hunts, I think. All things considered, I'll see what I can do. I'll do Dino's thing. I have thing with Dave to do, which is a little bit more experience. But then
今日は焼肉がいい。どうかな。今日はもう遅いからな。
そうそう、夜食は太っちゃうよ。
問題はそこじゃない。フライパンにこびりついた油はそう簡単には取れないんだぞ。
心配そこかよ。
Why can't you just make a barbecue for me? Come on, man. No, I'm not actually sure how much more I can do before sleeping the next round. In terms of, actually, since, no, I can't do it in here. Alright, that's okay though.
Ooh.
We should be okay. I switch over to safe mode. If this is regular flame, which I think it is. If it is a regular flame, let me have a look here. It doesn't have any particular weaknesses to any weapons, but I do have this fire here. And it's a decently low potency fire, but it gets us started. All weapons for this type of flame are like 50% less effective, unfortunately. I also don't have any abilities that relight magic automatically. So, it's gonna be a little while. Oh, Iggy. Man. You're in trouble too, Pronto. I don't even get whacked around for it. Well, time for another round of fire. Unless that happens. I actually will use a potion now because now I'm just tired of it. Oh, it counted as used. Potion. I was right to expect that this fight might actually take a little while. Because these are dirty. I'm just trying to squish. I swap between them. Come on. Really? Can I please do something like this? Wow. I should have enough to keep me alive. I haven't even tapped into any elixirs yet. Did a flan really go invis? He did. What a douche. I'm gonna see if I can keep my distance here. What if flies did go invis? What a douche. There you go, Prompto. Prompto's done. Crap. Oh, I've had enough of this. There we go. Yeah, this is what will happen. A lot of fusions for this occasion. Damn, you flipping into a flan is pretty impressive though. actually be slightly out of range. God damn it. I was hoping to hit something with that properly. Sometimes the draw distance. It's not the draw distance, it's the skewing of the perspective. It's a little bit awkward. Pronto, please. Can you avoid stepping in the fire, please? This is gonna be a nice one if we actually get out of it. Try to keep using him. This is actually giving a little bit of damage on several targets. I can actually tap into this right now. Air step, light phase, blink. Oh. Star shell. Weaken steams. Please protect barbell. This is actually useful. This is actually useful. Not. Analyze is really helpful. A lot of these things are really helpful early on. I can get a lot of them right now too. I don't think I can get this. No. Good enough. Stick with that for now. I also need to, because I got Star Shell. No prompto. God damn. Prompto, you actually became relevant for this plan of mine. Work. This is, yeah, I'm gonna have to try and see if I can finish this hunt. Head back to Longwood and the save. And then I'll be good. What the light does is it weakens them. Dude. Dude. Wow, they still hit hard though. We're all in pretty bad shape if you haven't noticed, Claudio. I was gonna say, did we get rid of one? But we didn't. Yeah. There you go. Alright, good. That's one of them. Oh good, I have a few stuff first. Also knowing that I can hit him with Star Shell. Nice. That helps. Up. Oh. I'll just do this. Tactical Star Shell is actually helping. A little bit shocking to me, because I didn't ever see it as something that would be useful. Radio? You're usually not the one that I have to save. Yeah, Star Shell's gonna got me in a second. Jeez, really? He just kicked the bucket? No, I want to make sure that we all get serious. I really don't care about it. I'm gonna see if I can keep these up. I also gotta focus on the next one. I got the feeling now. I wasn't supposed to. Could be worse. Sorry, I'm gonna be a little bit of a coward. I'm running out of items, but that's the least of my worries. Oh, he's actually standing up different. Ooh, that's a different Star Shell. Prompto, really? Bro. You don't get to die here. That's one more down. Yeah, I never thought to actually fix that. We're gonna follow each other. I think Oh, come on. No, I'm not using that. That's not even anywhere near enough experience to validate that. Jesus. Alright. Return here. That took way longer than it needed to. God. This is what happens when I get in charge of handling a higher level hunt. I get stupid. That's what that goes to. Alright, well, I'll take the time here to save, and I'm not sure if I'll continue tomorrow. Weekends seem like a solid way to spend to do this. These are all my other save files. We don't need to care about those right now. Yeah. Down here, I think 1 or 2 save files would be enough for us. So with that, I will cut the stream here. Thank you all for joining me. And 3 hours into the game, man, and we're already getting murdered. Nice. See y'all later.